Because I really want to know. Because if it's a mistake, maybe we can do something about it.
Johnny, the economic sanctions brought against Russia, are they doing anything? Are they working, Johnny? Well, that depends who you bloody talk to. What do you mean by that? Well, if you happen to be one of the countries like the US and all its allies around the world, if you're one of those countries that want the war to continue because you're standing with the bloody Ukrainian people, we've got to help the Ukrainian people no matter what, well, you'd probably say that the sanctions are working.
And they have been the entire time.
Yeah, right. But if you're on the fringe a little bit, or a country that doesn't believe in continuing a war, you're going to say they're bloody not working at all, these sanctions. That's not... Yeah, that the sanctions aren't working as particularly well as they thought. Have a look at this bloke.
You know this, I know this, we all know this. But yet, the government and the media will not put out these true figures. In fact, their inflation figures are nowhere near accurate either. And I wanted to play you a quick clip of something that surprised me this week, which came out from the media. Here it is.
Clearly, not every country wants this to be the end of the road for Moscow. Despite all the sanctions, the IMF says Russia's economy is actually set to grow this year.
And that's interesting. I was very surprised that a media company like that actually put that statement out. That Russia's economy is going to grow. Weren't we all told that all of the sanctions and everything else, not buying energy from Russia, not buying natural gas and everything else, would cripple the Russian economy? But yet what's happened is exactly what I knew, many of you knew was going to happen.
Now, he said he was surprised that mainstream media even reported that bloody information. Why would he be surprised, I wonder? But it couldn't be true though, Johnny. That's only theoretical. Johnny, take this scenario. You've got the US who's in a bit of economic bloody difficulty a couple of years ago. Yeah. There's all this disturbance going on in Ukraine since 2014 at least. Right, yeah. So the US thinks we could have a bit of a war there. We could really crush Russia. We could stop Russia actually supplying all of Europe all their energy needs. Yeah. Most of Europe's getting all their gas from Russia. Now the US would think, by Jesus, if we could find a reason to stop them getting their gas from Russia, not only would we crush our old foe Russia, we'd sell a whole lot more gas to Europe. Yes, you've got something there, me boy. So what do? They get this war and they make it a thing about the poor bloody Ukrainians, and there's no doubt that the Ukrainian people have suffered, that's for sure. But they say we get this war going. We keep it going till Europe is weaned. Yeah, right, whatever. Weaned off its dependence on Russia for its energy, and then we'll just step in and sell all our bloody gas to all of Europe. It's a great plan, said the Americans. Holy shit, Johnny, are you saying the US is now selling more energy to Europe than it was just 2 years ago? That sounds like a bloody plan.
The United States was supposed to be in a recession, at least technically. It witnessed 2 consecutive quarters of GDP contraction. That's how a recession is generally said to have set foot in an economy. However, the third quarter GDP numbers coming out from the United States have indicated a reversal in that trend. How is that possible? Nobody expected the United States to recover so fast, right? Driving this growth are the US's gigantic volumes of oil and natural gas exports around the world, especially to Europe. The US has emerged as Europe's knight in shining armor in its time of crisis. It has become Europe's largest fuel supplier. Combined US exports of crude oil and refined petroleum products surged to 11.4 million barrels a day last week.
Jesus Christ!
It is replacing Russian energy with its own fuel across Europe. The US is charging Europe exorbitant rates for energy sources. It hasn't been able to even nearly compete with the amount of natural gas Russia provided to Europe, but that hasn't stopped Washington from clocking in big profits. This begs the question, did the United States know it could turn Europe's energy crisis into an opportunity for itself?
And all the allies and the mainstream media all go along with it. That's not true, Johnny. Surely it's all a bloody conspiracy theory. Yeah, it does sound like a conspiracy theory, Johnny, I must admit, but it's fucking true. But it's just rolling out in plain sight. Anyone can see it.
Give me back my son! No! No!